poder escribir bien. No, creo que podemos escribir muy bien allá en la grada. Unos asientos o algo con unas mesitas. Pues no, mira, es que yo tengo que ver con mamá si quieres, ¿vale? Ya no puedo solo. Ah, sí, pues.
And that is live, so if it's on, it's. Yeah. If it's on, people are gonna hear you on the stream, so just be careful. Okay, now it's live. Okay.
Okay.
Je vais vous montrer la troisième étage, donc online.
We're basically on right, but is it on already or? All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2023 Underwater Rugby World Championship here in Montreal, Canada. All right, we'll be getting ready for the first game here of the day. It is Canada, the hosting nation, in white versus Norway in blue for the first game here. The teams are already getting ready on their side. Referee Bob Green is already counting the players, and we'll be excited for a first match of the day here. Right. So, pool here in Canada, really big, 20 meters long, 5 meters deep, and about 10 meters wide. So it's a very swim intense underwater rugby world championship here. You can see Norway in blue getting ready for the swim off on the other side. Canada in white. Very exciting to see who can get the ball first. It's going to be a very intense game. Norway, one of the strongest nations throughout the last years, world championship twice, then had to give off their crown in 2019 to the Colombian team in Austria during the Graz World Championship. But a very young team here. Some new players for Norway, some old veterans not here with the team, but they already approached the Canadian basket. Call from the ref. Pushing without a ball and straight back to the middle for the Norwegian team. Ball possession handed over to Canada. We can already see very long distances here. So teams have to be very focused to play compact, be close to the ball, not to get too far away from each other. Canada with the free throw. but the Norwegians very close to the ball, nearly able to secure it once, but very good effort from the Canadians to bring the ball forward. And now, but here having a little bit of trouble to finding new pass stations to bring the ball over the middle. And Norway here back in possession. Very well done by the Norwegian attackers to get possession of the ball, and lost it trying to go forward. Canada scrumming now on the surface. Here we can see both teams struggling a little bit to get enough players on the water to have them move forward consistently. Norway though very comfortable. Oh, well done here by the Norwegian forward to get in between the ball carrier. Oh, a nice here one-on-one, and he scored. You can see very well done here by the Norwegian forward, getting in between the pass, intercepting the ball, and then the tool of the long pool, where if you're already in a sprint and you're a heavy sprinter, it's very rough to get back to your own goal in time, have a goalkeeper and defender in place. So well done here by the Norwegians to score the first goal of this World Championship here in Canada, Montreal. Canada now back in ball possession. Norway intercepting them at the middle, getting hold of the ball carrier, and already back in ball possession. So, lost the ball entering the danger zone around the basket. Very good effort here of the Canadian defender to bring the ball as far forward as possible. Two passing stations well kept, stayed down, moving forward, but well done here by the Norwegian attacker, but then in the end holding without a ball. So a little bit rule check up here. Underwater rugby, the only underwater contact sport so far. And you're not allowed to hold a player without the balls. You're not allowed to push anybody under the surface who's not carrying the ball. And only the ball carriers are also allowed to attack other players and move the goalkeepers, move the defenders. Canada back in ball possession, moving towards the Norwegian goal. More Norwegian defender already comfortably in place. We're seeing Canada trying to get players deep enough, handling the ball, keeping it in a Norwegian half, circling it around in the corner, but they don't get the critical mass of players underneath the surface to establish a forward playing game pattern. And Norway with a quick interception from that angle, stripping Canada of the ball, and now already moving three players onto the Canadian goal. And very nice pass over the defender. Can he move the ball towards the ground? Could circle it around the back of the goalkeeper. Now ball still in possession of Norway. Second wave not in place, going to the surface. 1 versus 2, moving into the basket. You can also see another Norwegian player positioning himself underneath the goal, but very well done here by the Canadian forwards to keep the ball in their own ranks, getting it back. The ball dropping off. The goalkeeper was changing, couldn't see it and couldn't move out to get it. Norway still back in possession. Moving in again. But you can see the size and the depth of the pool. Teams adapting to that. Oh, a nice situation here now for Norway 1v1, but the goalkeeper doing a good job keeping him away. Attacker not able to position himself properly underneath the head to push upwards. Now good effort from the Canadians to try to bring the ball upwards, but Norway already there with 4 players, but could find the passing position. Oh, yet again intercepted. Jørgen Nyhus Overstad here on the ball. Norway struggling a little bit to find enough players to open up the offense here. Now we can see standard attack pushing himself off from the wall, going towards the Canadian basket here, pushing from underneath. Defender just ready in place to stop the attack. Nice passing pattern here by the Norwegians. A very standard attack from them, practiced and seen often enough. Players positioning them in the corner to enter the goal area with force. Now attacking the goalkeeper from above, trying to create holes. Defender in place. Can they pass the ball around the goal? Player had to move up. Ball now back in possession of Canada. Canada trying to initiate a counter-attack. Very much a free space. He just needs to swim through, but 3 Norwegians in place. So now we can see the big pool struggling to have a passing position. Players most likely exchanged. Now no Canadian there to go in with 2 players. They have to wait for the teammates in the Norwegian half. We can see Norway here with a very defensive positioning, having defenders in place, even if the game is very far forward. But well done here by the Norwegian attackers, stripping the Canadians off the ball. Pass into the middle of the pool. Back over into the Canadian half, and we see Norway immediately going for the goal. Goalkeeper here not in place for a moment, but the distance is very long. Oh, nice pass. Oh, trying to pass it above the goalkeeper, but the goalkeeper being mentally present. Oh, the ball's dropping down. Defender not daring to move outwards enough to pick it up. Not risking opening up the basket for a cheap shot on the goalkeeper. But we can also see Norway, usually a very fit nation, struggling to get enough place here underwater. But now an attack onto the goalkeeper. 1 player already positioning underneath the goal, but now a counter-attack by 2 Canadians. Moving forward, already crossing the middle. Goalkeeper and defender in place, though, for Norway. We can see the long swimming distances taking a real toll on the teams. They cannot use their counter-attacks efficiently. Moving the entire way to the other side, have a second wave, have an attack pattern, use their opportunities to score and to initiate proper offense. A goal by the ref, holding. Ball staying in possession for Norway. Can comfortably move to the middle of the pool without any effort. Now Norway with the standard attack. We got 3 players moving immediately towards the Canadian goal. Positioning underneath, pressuring the goalkeeper. Canada's defense in place, doing very well, getting the ball out again. Moving up, trying to give the defense some breathing, but the ball dropping down on 2 Norwegians on the way, but the goalkeeper in place, able to just defend on time. 3 Norwegians scrambling above the goal, and now they can maybe initiate a counter-attack, but always a little bit in the way, trying to intercept the pass as soon as possible, trying to keep the Canadians in their own half, not letting them over the middle. Ooh, nice little pass underneath the Norwegian forward, but now Canada in possession of the ball, can try to move forward into the Norwegian half, and Norway in possession. Yeah, already back in possession. Moving back. Trying not to give Canada too much breathing room. Not allowing them to gather some players in the middle of the pool to have a proper offensive play. Yeah, sorry, we did not picture that, but Norway seizing the opportunity. Moving with 2 players, removing the goalkeeper, and scoring for the second time during this first opening match here of the 2023 Underwater Rugby World Championship in Montreal, Canada. Now there seems to be a timeout for Canada. Yeah, timeout for Canada here, singled by the head referee, Bob Gruen. So now a minute of timeout for both teams. Can adjust. We can see the Canadian coach give him a little bit of motivational speech, giving them a little bit of a heads up. Clearly signaled them to move forward, trying to help their players and keep the game going. Canada struggling to get onto the Norwegian half, have enough players there to be able to circle the ball around in the Norwegian half, establish an attacking pattern. But yeah, goal back in Canadian possession. Yeah, game commencing. Yeah, Norway already pressing onto the ball carrier, leaving very little room open for the Canadians to have a safe pass. Canada really struggling to have the players close enough to each other to establish a solid passing patterns. Norway already moving in, back into the favorite corner. You can see them waiting for players to approach so they can initiate an attack. And very well done here underneath the defender, pushing the defender away and giving his teammate a clear scoring opportunity from underneath. That's more or less a picture perfect attack from the Norwegians onto the Canadian goal. Heavily swimming onto the goalkeeper, pressuring the defender to move up to help his goalkeeper remain position on the rim. Meanwhile, Norwegian attacker taking over the space underneath the basket. Ball drops down and quickly finishing off. Canada with swim up, but Norway already back in possession. Defender's not in place yet. Quick pass to the left side. Can attack the goalkeeper, but the defender is a little bit in between. Can he pass the ball to the other side? Yes, he can. Moving upwards, trying to attack the goalkeeper. Defender in place. Can hold him off for now. Goalkeeper moved and quick toss behind the back. And now we can see the Canadian defense falling apart. Norway getting way more comfortable here. Testing the Canadian strength at the beginning a little bit. Canada doing very well in the first minutes of the game, holding off the Norwegians, but Norway now in a very comfortable 4-0 lead against the hosting nation. Norway surely one of the competitors for the top spots here at this championship, though in a very rough group with Germany and with Colombia, I think. Canada trying to move in, but Norway already locking them up on the surface, having two people on the scrum. Their defense rather relaxed, having one player underneath the scrum. Call from the deck ref. Free throw for Norway, pushing a player under the surface. Norway already back at the Canadian basket, trying to move in, pushing away the defender, opening up the space underneath, can keep the ball in their own ranks. Now back into the corner, trying to yet again establish their attack patterns. Moving in from above. A technical keep a nice pass here onto the side, but can't 100% keep holding the ball. Canada moving out again, finding a passing station, but Norwegian forward doing very well here in number 18. Oskarvik. And holding. Norway still keeps possession of the ball. Canada really struggling to maintain ball possession. Trying to move forward, not having enough passing stations, not positioning properly to move quickly over the middle. So the middle, so to speak, the golden area where you can force the opponent's defenders to move further back, where it's starting to get dangerous. This long pool allowing strong forward teams to have a very solid time, and Norway with a standard attack pattern from the side, moving in again, trying to push the defender aside, player positioning underneath, and then the quick execution from the player underneath. Very standard attack patterns for the former world champion. Okay, you can see Norway again heavily pressing onto the Canadian players, trying to move the ball forward. Yeah, again call from the ref. Okay. Oh no, we're moving forward. Yeah, it was a free throw for Norway. Little bit of sloppy pass, but still can keep possession. Solvik. Then there are 2-3 quick passes. Maroskare trying to keep the ball around the basket. Nice pass into the corner. Can he pass underneath the back of the defender? Goalkeeper trying to exchange. Defender still in play. Oh, well done. The defender moving the ball up, removing it from danger for a little bit. Then can pass actually downward. Canada's goalkeeper now moving out. But Norway, we can see, trying to press always with 1 or 2 players, not giving them a little bit of breathing room, using the entirety of the pool to their advantage. Oh. Pass moving upwards a little bit. Trying to establish the game in the corner. Giving the players time to move forward. But also Norway a little bit sloppy on the passing game. Passes still adjusting to the big pool. Usually used to play in a little bit smaller pools. Defender moving upwards a little bit. But his exchange partner can move in and get a quick hold of the ball. Now trying to get over the middle. There's our Mauricio here. Canada moving back forward into the Norwegian half. But yeah, 3 Norwegian players already onto the ball carrier, quickly stripping him of the ball and then trying to move the game back forward. Always moving into the beloved corner. There's a signal from the deck referee. Yeah, it's apparently free throw for Norway. Little bit of adjustment, but from a Norwegian team, using the quick break to get from the free throw to establish players underneath. You can see already 1 player stole the basket off the Canadians, and now they try to move in and try to move the ball in as quickly as possible. Still captured the Canadian basket, but Canada doing a good job there initially, keeping the ball lock up. Now good scoring opportunity, but the goalkeeper just in place at the right time. Can get a hold of the ball just quick enough. But you can see Captain Ovenius see the Norwegians locking the players up, trying to not give them a meter of breathing room, trying to get the ball back as soon as possible, do not want to go back defending. And moving in immediately onto the Canadian basket, seeing a scoring opportunity, gets underneath the defender, can keep the ball on under the rim, and now a good scoring opportunity. Well done here by the Norwegians, having one player on each side, pass into the corner, execution from underneath, pushing the goalkeeper up. Textbook plays by the Norwegians here. Canada visually struggling to defend against the Norwegian attack patterns. Really struggling to get the ball across the middle. Also very rough for teams that rely more on counter-attacks than solid attack patterns to get an offense going against a strong team like Norway here, where they can use the size of the pool to their advantage. Ref call. All right. Appears to be the end of the first half. We could say Norway is switching sides. (6-0) for Norway. 5 minutes of halftime break now. A little bit of time to recover, to catch a breath. You can see Norway using the pull to their advantage during this first half, not letting the Canadians into their own half. Both teams still need some adjusting to the big pool. Norway with some sloppy passes, not as precise, need to get a little bit closer to be really competitive here than during the next games against the stronger teams, who will usually intercept those passes very quickly, using them to their advantage. Canada struggling to get out of their own half, having some solid stretches of defense against the Norwegians, but Norway with some standard attack patterns, very regularly coming from the right corner. And moving on to the basket, positioning 2 to 3 players on the basket, getting the ball from the left to the right, trying to push the goalkeeper up. And so far 6-0 for Norway in the first half, and game will commence again in about 2.5 minutes. good sound level like here?
I mean, basically, when you're talking, you want it to get up into like the yellow, but not.
All right, we're back into the second half here. During the first match, Canada versus Norway. Norway in blue, Canada in white first half, and it's 6-0 for the Norwegians, and we can see Norway already back onto the Canadian basket. Going in from the side, trying to pass left and right. Canada doing a Canadian goalkeeper doing a good job, but now here trying to move out into the open, but well done by the Norwegians. Trying to get back into position. Oh, nice grab by the Norwegian forward, intercepting the Canadians, trying to move forward, moving it back to the basket. Norway anticipating that, leaving a player back at the Canadian basket, openly not defended, opened up by the goalkeeper, was trying to move out the ball. And a quick first goal for for Norway here against Canada. So 7-0 score, pretty much the start of the second half. Oh, good call by the ref. Top ref. Free throw for Norway. Already moving back towards the Canadian basket. You can see yet again somebody positioning on the open side. Canada giving the Norwegians very big open spaces to play their ball around the basket. Also the pool favoring this type of play style, but Norway now a little bit too harsh, trying to get the ball back, holding the Canadian players back a little bit. And the free throw for Canada. Their opportunity to move the ball to the middle, have Norway pushed back into their own half, trying to get a couple of players forward. This is quite the problem for Canada here, having enough players forward over the middle after they get the ball back in their own half, moving out. Yeah, we can see Canadians spread apart over the entire width of the pool. They need to cluster up more in the middle, have 2-3 passing stations available initially to have a rather safe free throw. We can see Norway easily using this advantage, having players closer to the ball carrier, and now moving back in onto the basket. Norwegian player already stole the goal away, but the goalkeeper couldn't move back in. Defender now trying to grapple the ball carrier. But Norway here, very strong grip back in possession. Keeping the ball moving back into the corner. Keeping the ball into our own ranks. And we can see now some of the young guys from Norway. A nice pass here onto the other side of the goal. Along the body of the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper not aware of the ball moving, and then a very quick toss on the head side. Here for 8-0 for Norway in this first match. Canada against Norway. Now Canada moving into the Norwegian half on the surface. And Norway already back in possession. Norwegian forwards doing a very good job here, stripping the ball away quickly. And we see a nice attack from above onto the goalkeeper. Moving the goalkeeper aside by himself, grab him and just moving him away a little bit. No forward for Canada in place, whose usually his job is to keep those guys in check, coming in from above. Very dangerous for the goalkeepers if an attacker can come in from above freely and just work on the goalkeeper's body, trying to move him away. And Norway with a nice quick execution, using the size and strength of their players to their advantage. (9-0) for Norway in the second half of the first match of the day. Hosting nation Canada versus Norway. Try and hit a quick sneaky pass underneath the back of the Norwegian player, but can't keep the ball in their own ranks. And we can see Norway moving back into the Canadian half. Quick pass in front of the defender, trying to move the ball onto the other side. You know, Norway, a team that wants to usually keep the ball open. It is Barsten here keeping the ball for Norway. Trying to keep the ball moving rather freely, would rather once or twice lose the ball and have to get it back than keeping it very tight onto their bodies and not having the ball move freely within their own ranks. So now Canada moving back, regain possession of the ball, trying to move it over the middle, but as you can see already a swarm of Norwegians around the 2 Canadian players. Canada really struggling to get more than 2 or 3 players into the middle. Now we're back in possession, moving to the corner, forcing the Canadian defense to go back down and sit in front and wait for the Norwegians to coming, opening up the playing field for the Norwegians, giving them space and bringing. You can see again 3 people moving in, goalkeeper not in place, and a clear path to the Canadian goal for the Norwegian attacker. Doesn't even have to put a lot of effort in. Goalkeeper not adjusting properly. So very dangerous situation for every goalkeeper. You need to be perfectly positioned on the rim, or strong teams will find little weaknesses in your positioning and just toss or smash the ball in little openings at the head, at the neck, at the head, maybe at the back, on your side, on your hip. It's very important for a goalkeeper to be perfectly in place before the attackers are reaching the goal. We can see again 1 or 2 Canadians trying to keep the ball, but we can see them positioning 2-3 meters apart from each other. The defender has to help out the goalkeeper a little bit. Ball being tossed back down. Norway already again with 2 players underneath the goal, but Canada can get possession of the ball. But Norway yet again going straight for ball care. Try to use the chaos created around the Canadian goal to their advantage. Canada now trying a fast break, can move the ball over to the other side, now having 2 players, but you can see 2 attackers from Norway rotating back quickly, and we can always see very nicely done by the Norwegians, usually having players circle and always having 2 players at least in the vicinity of the ball. But now a good chance actually for Canada, just 1 player in position and trying to toss the ball behind the back of the defender, but the Norwegian goalkeeper in place just at the last moment. So it's openings like this that you cannot allow as a top team like Norway. You cannot get scored on by a team that you are clearly dominating over the entirety of the game. Those are the moments that actually cost you intense games against a top team like Germany or Sweden, Denmark and Colombia. But as I said, a little bit of a shift in the Norwegian national team. Some younger players coming in, but now a nice fast break here. 1 versus 1. Ooh, a little bit of a kick onto the head, but can move underneath the goal. But the goalkeeper had a hand on the ball carrier just in time to secure the ball. And quick interception. Well done here by number 6. Can move, trying to move the ball around the basket. Hands on by the Canadian defender, trying to move his body in between. Ooh, trying to move out again. Can have a fast break opportunity, have a fast swimmer in place. Norway here on the way back. We can see a lot of players being forward. Quite ballsy, only having 1 player down there to defend, but the defender moving up into the position of the goalkeeper, and the goalkeeper actually stripping the ball off the attacking player. So Norway, very confident play here by the Norwegian backs defending their own goal. Norway back in possession. We can see Norway always trying to move the ball very fast to the others of the pool. Oh, nice pass underneath the goalkeeper. Can he push it in though? No, goalkeeper just back in place, getting his hands onto the ball now, trying to move it out, but Norway again yet back in possession. Quickly transporting the ball onto the left side of the basket. Ooh, goalkeeper struggling heavily, but the ref called from the ref, holding against Norway. Oh no, pushing apparently against Norway. And now we have the overlay. It's 10-0 for Norway. Second half, 7.5 minutes to go. And we have a timeout for Norway apparently. Okay, so timeout for Norway, 60-second timeout. Both teams gathering on their respective sides. Canada now. Maybe taking in a little bit of lessons for the next games they have to play over the upcoming days. They're getting the formations right, trying as best as possible to have players in position to move the ball forward over the half of the pool. On the other side, Norway in a very comfortable lead with 10-0. But we can also see from time to time Norwegian players underestimating the size of the pool, not having the players close enough for a quick pass. But usually a lot of Norwegian forwards very close to the ball, want to get it back in the opponent's half, creating a lot of chaos, making them very uncertain if they're able to move away from their own basket. We can always see, like here, a Norwegian player positioning in the Canadian half, trying to intercept a pass that's going backwards. Yeah, there. Easily intercepted. Was highly anticipating the ball moving back. And now we can see him move in again immediately onto the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper initially doing a good job trying to push the goalkeeper up from underneath. Goalkeeper defended it really well. It's not that easy to block an attack like that, where an attacker can get a freely hold on your neck and move you up. But we can see a scrum of 4 Norwegians just circling the Canadian, trying to move out. Ooh, goalkeeper not in place initially. No, we can see trying to immediately steal away the basket. Can't get into position. We can see them trying to circle the ball very closely around the Canadian corner, and the Canadian defenders back in play, trying to push the Norwegians up, get them away from their own basket. But heavily struggling to move out, having to rely to move onto the surface where all the Norwegians pray for the ball. For the ball carrier. Yeah, we can see Norway, as soon as Canada is moving a bit further up, closer to the surface, 3 to 4 Norwegians immediately in position to intercept the player, wrestle the ball out, trying to get it back into their own ranks, move into the corner where they can very easily, securely keep it, and then try to establish their standard attack pattern coming in from the side. But Canada now doing quite a good job for quite a while, keeping the Norwegians off. But we can see clearly struggling to have enough players moving forward to keep the ball going. Now again, one player very much alone against the Norwegian defense. Another coming in very late, is immediately attacked by a Norwegian forward. Yeah, we can see them move 3 players in the immediate vicinity of the ball, going straight for the Canadian basket, trying to move the goal. Oh, nice pass underneath the defender, and he pulled it back himself and then pushed it in from the left, so forcing the defender to turn around. But faking him, keeping the ball in his own possession, and pushing it back in from the left. Very well done here in a 1v1 from the Norwegian forward. Now 11-0 for Norway. Canada trying to somehow bring the ball into the Norwegian half on the surface. Norway very comfortably stripping the ball off and moving it forward into the Canadian half. Yeah, we can see the pace of the game slowed down a bit from the Norwegians. They're trying to conserve some of their energy. They are getting their routine on, getting to the corner, waiting for the players to be in place. The game, also due to the big size of the pool, relatively slow compared to some of the smaller pools where you can be on the other side of the pool with 2 or 3 quick strokes. So very important to be able to gather your team in the opponent's half, to have 3-4 players ready to attack, have a second wave ready, but also be in position with your defenders to intercept an incoming attack. And always circling the ball a little bit on the surface. Canadian forwards trying to get a hold of it. You're getting in between ball and the ball carrier. Can get a hold of the ball, but we can see the defender still being back at their own goal in place, cannot help them move out, and it's nearly impossible to get the ball moving with 2 forwards against 4 Norwegian players trying to strip it off. Norway now comfortably around the goal. Nice pass underneath the defender. Goalkeeper could actually defend the basket. Very well done by the defense to block this attack. Very dangerous pass underneath the defender into the left corner. But yet again, we can see the Canadians, the goalkeeper and defender, moving back to defend their own goal while they have the possession of the ball. This is the time you need to take a little bit of a risk. Help your teammates, get somebody underneath, keep the ball moving forward to get out of your own half. Otherwise, you have 4 Norwegians just scrum you on the surface and intercept you over and over again. It's very much impossible for 2 forwards to efficiently move the ball. Oh, nice one-on-one situation here now for Norway, moving underneath the basket, passing to the left side. Oh, and yeah, that was just textbook. Textbook 1v2 situation, having a ball carrier move in, pass on the other side, player underneath the back, forceful push upwards, and score from underneath the basket. Now with close to 2.5 minutes to go in the second half. First game of the day of this 2023 Underwater Rugby World Championship here in Canada, Montreal. We have the hosting nation Canada in white against Norway in black. It's 11-0, it should be 12-0 soon for Norway. Canada back in possession of the ball. Norway here with a more than comfortable lead, keeping Canada mostly in their own half, circling the ball, doing what to do best, establish standard attack patterns. And yeah, we can clearly see here Canada struggling to keep the ball amongst their own players, keeping up a valiant defense from over stretches of the game, but then the Norwegians having 2 or 3 solid waves, able to break the Canadian defense. Defenders doing a very good job getting the ball over and over again, but not having enough players playing forward, being able to receive a pass, and Norway immediately moving back onto the goal. That's actually good. Moving back onto the goal on the goalkeeper, trying to get the pass. Canada doing a valiant effort. You can always see 1 or 2 Canadian defenders forward trying to get the ball away from their own goal. Quick, a little bit of holding here, but both players not noticing the ball dropping down. Oh, no defender in place. Nice pass underneath the goalkeeper, but defender in place at the last point in time. And we can see it again, Norwegian forward moving in immediately from above, trying to get the ball, and Canada has to keep the ball at least at the midway point of the pool, not going up to the surface where all the Norwegians are just waiting for them like prey, like the predators they are. And yeah, Canada not really able to move the ball any further. And now we're now with the last 10 seconds of the first game. 12-0 lead here for Norway. In the first half, they might try one last attack, but no, I think the time's out. Yeah. there was a holding on to the goalkeeper. It was not even a cheeky one. That was very obvious. But yeah. 12-0. It's a comfortable game one for Norway, for the 2-time world champion. Was stripped of the crown in 2019 from the Colombian teams, getting their first title. And now at the end of the opening game, a bit of a one-sided match here for the Norwegian team. Canada doing their very best, very valiant effort, holding the back, having good stretches of defense, but we can see the toll of the big pool, the toll of the deep pool. Very hard to move out for the Canadians off their own half. And Norway doing what they do best. Get a quick possession of the ball, have some players position underneath the basket, and then do some textbook scores. Well done by the Norwegians. The first opening game of the day. And we will be back with the second game in a couple of minutes. It will be the hosting nation Canada's female team versus the female team from Germany. Clearly, Germany one favorite to take away the title here at this tournament. So very excited to see what they can do during this tournament. Thanks for watching the first game, and we will be back in a few minutes.
Tienes que avisar allá, ¿no?
No, ya está la cámara volteada. Sí. Okay. So again, what's your position, your team?
My name is Tornellan and I play goalie for Norway.
Oh, that's nice. And how do you feel with the first match? Like, was it like you expected it?
The pool is one of the biggest I've played, so it was very interesting to actually play in the pool. Yeah, I think the arena and the pool is great. So we're looking forward to the rest of the championship.
Well, that's When's your next game?
We play tomorrow against Sweden, I think it is, yeah.
Oh.
11 o'clock.
Okay, cool. How do you feel about that match?
It's going to be a very tough match, probably our toughest, so we are really looking forward to that match against Sweden. So we have played against Sweden many times in a small pool, so I'm looking forward to see how we will play against them in this big pool.
Yeah, of course. I imagine like it takes a bit more stamina for a big pool.
Yeah, so it's the gameplay changes a lot when you go from a small pool to a big one. So it's
Of course.
yeah,
Okay.
that's one of the most exciting things about this championship, to see how the teams are playing in this pool.
Well, I'm happy to hear that, and thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Okay. ¿Tú? ¿Tú eres? What's your name?
Metello.
Metello. Okay, come here, please. Okay. 2. Okay, so for the camera, once again, like, what's your name and what's your position and what do you play?
Hi, my name is Metello Levy. I play defender for Team Canada.
Oh, that's nice. And how did you find your first game? Was it like you expected to be or something?
It was absolutely what we expected. We played hard. Norway was incredibly strong, but that's why we invited the world. We wanted to play against the best.
Nice. Are you proud of your team?
I'm very proud of my team. It was a great effort by everybody, and I feel we really came together. We made it happen. We had a great result. We're happy and we're proud with what we did.
Well, I'm really happy to hear that. And are you looking forward to your next match?
Very much. Always looking forward to the next match. Always looking forward to the opportunity to play underwater rugby at an international level. And speaking of that, I really have to give a shout out to CMAS for planning World Championships around global pandemics. It was a clutch move.
Yeah, that's
really nice. We appreciated that, undisturbed. Yeah, can't wait for more of this amazing fraternity of underwater rugby to get together and play underwater.
Well, I'm really happy to hear that, and thank you for your time.
You're most welcome.
Thank you. I think that's all. But good job, really. You did great. All the team did great.